5 years after the invasion comes a tacit acceptance that mission-focused American troops haven't been able to devote enough time to simply getting to know the locals. The US military is expanding a program in Iraq to send teams of anthropologists and social scientists across the country, acting as cultural analysts for US forces.
So we go out to the villages and to the cities and talk to the Iraqis, get an idea of their perceptions, their feelings, basically what they're thinking about their culture. And then we take that back to the military so they have a better understanding of the local population.
The program, though, is not without its critics. Some scholars are alarmed that anthropologists could be gathering information which is then used by the military in lethal operations, a practice used during the Vietnam War, but later abandoned after public outcry. Nancy and her co-worker Jean are concerned enough about their professional reputations that they requested we don't fully identify them. So much information is gathered about Iraqi men that US commanders really know very little about the lives and concerns of women in this area. And that's where the anthropologists' expertise is vital, improving the flow of cultural intel, allowing the military to paint a clearer picture of the social landscape. At first, the women in Khwaz are reluctant to come forward. Slowly but surely, Nancy and Jean plan to gain their trust with repeat visits in the coming weeks. But there have already been successes.
I never would have thought that I'd be sitting in a room filled with 20 Arab women and children, and they'd be telling me intimate parts of their lives, how they live, how they love, how they mourn.
On the ground, US commanders tell us they value the anthropologists' input, but in reality, many of the soldiers have more experience in Iraq than the social science teams. While the practice of deploying anthropologists is still considered counterinsurgency, commanders here say their information is not being used for traditional, kinetic military fighting. Anthropologists like Jean and Nancy are able to bring a uniquely humanist touch to understanding Iraqis. And that helps recast the US military as more approachable in the minds of Iraqis they meet. In Khwaz Iraq, David McDougall, Fox News.